Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another YouTube video. Today we got a brand new dinosaur, or shall I say hybrid dinosaur. Today we got the Indominus Rex. I built it very recently and I can't wait to show you all the build itself. Anyways, a bit of background information about the dinosaur before I begin showing you it. The Indominus Rex is a hybrid dinosaur. It's not a real dinosaur that existed millions of years ago. The Indominus Rex was just made for Jurassic World as an attraction or of some sort that will attract more people to the park. Indominus Rex eventually broke out. It killed people, dinosaurs, you name it, it killed it. And at the end of the movie, the Mosasaurus just destroys it. After like a fight with a T-Rex and a Velociraptor, the Mosasaurus just jumps out of the water, grabs it by the neck, and then eventually kills it. Okay, let me begin with explaining and showing you the Indominus Rex itself. Now, beginning with the head. The head is, I think it's quite nice, and it fits perfectly with Indominus Rex. Unfortunately, I cannot get in teeth to this segment of the mouth over here because I ran out of teeth, which is ironic because in the movie they say more teeth, like several times, we need more teeth or something, and it's kind of ironic. I used a few of these cheese slopes, I think that's what they're called, on the head here to give it a kind of like spiky look to it. The mouth can open, of course, like most of my other theropod dinosaurs, T-Rex, Ceratosaurus, Allosaurus, Baryonyx, all of which I have made videos for them on my YouTube channel. Make sure to go check them out. They're in my playlist, Lego Mocks. Anyways, the head is of course connected to the neck by a ball joint, and the neck is connected by these, I forgot what they're called, these joints, whatever, to the rest of the body. They're strong joints which allow it to have to hold up the neck in any pose that I want, which is great. The hands, which are extremely detailed, I'll just remove it for a bit to show you. This is one arm. At the beginning here on the shoulder, we can rotate it, of course, like this, and it moves like that. There's a lot of articulation going on around here. You can rotate it at several points, which is great. Not here though, you cannot rotate it here. The hand itself is amazing. You have these three claws over here, and then this kind of thumb finger over here that helps you hold a minifigure, which is something the Indominus Rex does in the movie, and it's great that I can capture that or copy that really nice detail into my Lego version. I still think it's an amazing thing that my version can do. I'll compare it to Lego's version eventually, but let's just keep that for later. The body is quite huge. It's all in white except the joints and the fingers and the eye, of course. It's connected to the legs via this, not sure what they're called again, these Lego creator joints. They're very strong. The leg has this kind of weird shape to it. I tried to do the best I can. I had kind of like a piece limitation because I almost ran out of white. I always use white in buildings, or some of my dinosaurs have a white underbelly, but yeah, I use it kind of like everywhere, so I had a piece limitation. The leg is kind of big, but I had to do that. I had to work with what I had. 3 fingernails for each leg, of course, and although it can move, but it's not really supposed to do that. You cannot like put it in that pose where the leg is like this. It will fall. So it's just there to put the dinosaur in this, put the legs in this angle. Now the tail is my least favorite part at this point. You can rotate it at this point here, and then up and down at this point here, and up and down these two other points right here. And unfortunately it's a bit loose at this joint. Like it obviously like falls. It kind of folds up a little bit, but then it will eventually fall. Anyways, that's pretty much it for explaining and getting into the boring details of the Indominus Rex. Now let's move on to comparison with Lego's version. In comparison with Lego's version, the first detail that you will see is that my version is bigger. The legs make it extremely taller than Lego's version, which is how it should be, because honestly Lego's version makes the Indominus Rex and the T-Rex about the same size, which is unfortunately wrong. The Indominus Rex is supposed to be bigger and kind of like better with more teeth or whatever. That's what they say in the movie. The arms, in comparison to the arms, the Lego's version of the Indominus Rex, or at least the most recent one, there is like 2015 version, which I think is a little bit better. Most recent version has these arms where you can attach, there's a stud over here, you can attach something to it, but it doesn't really feel like grabbing the minifigure. Lego's first version, where the Indominus was like white, the arms were a bit different than this one. These are like newer arms. The first version had arms shaped like this, where you can put the minifigure inside there. It will grab it. That looked much more better in my opinion, but that's not the point here. My version, obviously, as I showed you earlier in the video, can grab a minifigure comfortably. Let's compare the head. Lego's version obviously has a better head because, first of all, mine is shorter, but I don't think that's really a big issue. Second of all, Lego obviously has like access to molds and stuff. You cannot like build an exact replica of this with Lego pieces, obviously. I think for what was available and with Lego pieces, my version is fine as it is, but the connection of the head to the neck, or to the rest of the body in this case, here you can just move it down and up and rotate it, which is somewhat fine, acceptable to a certain level, but then to this level it's not really realistic. Okay, my version is kind of does the same thing, but you can move it to the side, which Lego's version cannot do. It's just the type of articulation that is used. My version also has a neck, which Lego's version does not. And the tail for Lego's version can rotate, which also to a certain degree is fine, but then if you do it like this, it's just unrealistic. My tail cannot rotate, but it can go from side to side, and from the rest of these parts it can go up and down. Just because I have the tail in my version, it has several segments, and in Lego's version it's just one whole piece. So here you have it. The comparison is done. Now let's move on to this size comparison. Okay, let's begin our size comparison with the smallest thing available, the baby dino, which I think is kind of common among Lego Jurassic World fans at this point, because since 2018 up until 2021, it's been in all of the Jurassic World wave of sets, so there isn't much to say here. In comparison to a human minifigure, it is pretty huge. I think in comparison to a human, it looks fine as a whole, but like if you compare the leg itself to the minifigure, the leg is this part, the foot is too big. Might fix that later because as usual I update my dinosaurs. I do not just keep them the same thing. Now in comparison to a velociraptor, which is an interesting one, it looks fine, but it isn't. It really isn't. When you look at it, at the beginning it just looks fine, but the velociraptors that Lego make are really oversized. If you compare everything to a minifigure, yeah, you will see some flaws. Like a velociraptor is supposed to be like minifigure sized. According to, like, if you're talking about movie accuracy and not paleontological accuracy. Now in comparison to an ankylosaurus or a triceratops, they're both about the same size. The Indominus Rex does look absolutely humongous. That's again because Lego's version should be bigger. The Ankylosaurus definitely should be bigger. Like if you compare it to a human minifigure, yes, it should be. I talk about this in almost all of my videos, so I'll try to skip it because it's kind of boring. In comparison to a T-Rex, I think it looks fine because the Indominus Rex in general should be bigger than a T-Rex. That's how it is in the movies. However, the T-Rex in Lego's version of the T-Rex is kind of like smaller or something, but I think my version is doing pretty much fine. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, share, and subscribe. I'll leave you with a few cool shots of the Indominus Rex, referencing it to a few of the scenes that it was in the movies. And yeah, thanks for watching.